What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the Heat Check podcast. I'm Brett, of course, my host Joey over here. We still have a lot to talk about, especially because tomorrow is opening day. You could say this is pretty much an NFL special because we got a lot of stuff to talk about the NFL, some last-minute signings, some injuries, huge injuries coming out of certain places. But let's start off with the NBA, as always. Boston leads over Toronto 3-2. That series, I think that series is going to go to a game 7. I really want Toronto to win it, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised, however, it ends out. I want it to go to a game 7. I want to think it's going to go to the game 7, I should say, but it probably ends here tonight in Boston. I will say that. What do you think?
Well, we just absolutely dominated last game, so I
Yeah.
think we'll have a lot of momentum, and I think it's done tonight. But Raptors definitely could send it to 7. I wouldn't be surprised, but
Yeah.
it's been a great series, but we'll see.
No doubt. Clippers 2-1 over Denver. I didn't think Denver was going to be able to get a game on the Clippers. Actually, no, I take that back. I think it was Houston that I said I wasn't going to get a game. But hopefully Denver can string it out a little bit, just for the sake of them. But nah, Clippers got this series. What about you?
Yeah, I think the Clippers got it. I'm sticking with my original prediction. I mean,
Yeah, no
they
doubt.
were the Nuggets have been playing pretty impressive, but they got dusted. In that
Yeah,
was it the first game? They've made it a
I
little bit
think.
closer the past few, but I still think
Yeah.
Clippers are winning that series no matter how many games it goes to.
And probably the biggest shocker, the Lakers took a game. Actually, the Houston took a game from the
Took a game,
Lakers.
yeah.
Lakers are up 2-1. Like I said, if it's going to go I could see Houston taking a game, and they did that. But Lakers will probably finish it off in the next couple. But the main thing to talk about, I think, did you say Miami was going to sweep the Bucks, or did you say in 5?
I said in 5, so I was
I
correct
said
on
in
that
6,
series.
and you were the one that was correct. Miami upset, even though a lot of people said Miami was going to beat the Bucks. It's still an upset, 5-1. Um, yeah, I mean, Miami's really looking like the beast in the East. Like, even though Boston has been playing great, I don't think there's a team playing better than Miami when it comes to the playoffs. They've
No,
been
I
taking
definitely
it
agree.
over. Um, which this only means one thing: is Giannis gonna go out of Milwaukee? That's the one thing these guys are looking at when it comes to all these analysis and fans. When we're looking at this series, if Milwaukee doesn't at least get to the Eastern Conference, Giannis is out of there. It's his contract year. He's going to get paid, whether it's from Milwaukee or it's from another team. Of course, I've seen Warriors fans saying, "Oh, we're going to get him just because they got Kevin Durant a couple of years ago." If you follow Caldi, he won't shut up about it. But I don't know if Giannis will stay in Milwaukee for any much longer. I honestly don't have any genuine idea where he would go to. Probably, if anywhere, I could. It's honestly really is a toss up. I really don't know where he could go. It really is. There's so many teams out there that could use small forwards, but then it's also who has the cap to take him in. What do you think?
I think he stays in the Bucks. He tweeted or something, posted on Instagram something earlier today. I saw it. I can't recall exactly what it said, but he said something about they're gonna build like something there in Milwaukee. So I think he's staying. I don't see why he would
Yeah,
leave other than I mean, they have been losing, but I mean, it's definitely a solid team. They won the entire East, so
yeah. And then you
we'll
had you
see.
had two, no, three all defensive players on that team. You had Bledsoe, Brooke Lopez, and Giannis, of course. They all made the first and second all defensive team. That is a great season. Giannis is winning MVP. It's a great regular season team, but they just haven't been able to perform when it comes to the playoffs. I don't know. It's definitely going to be the thing to monitor once free agency starts, whenever the hell that'll be. I think it's slotted for November or December, somewhere around that. And then probably the biggest story out of here, definitely coach of the year candidate Billy Donovan really took OKC from a pretty much what everyone thought was the tanking team to a playoff contender. Of course, they did lose. But OKC and Billy Donovan are no longer going to be on terms. They lost their
Yeah,
big head coach. Um,
surprising.
some people don't know where he's going to go. I have a really good idea where he's going to go. I think Billy Donovan is going to Chicago. And if that
Okay.
is the case, watch Chicago make the playoffs next year. I like Chicago, especially the fact that they're going to have a high draft pick. Zach LaVine's developing. Kobe White is developing. Hopefully, Lauri Markkanen can get back to where he's at. Chicago's got a lot of smart minds up there in that front office now. They know what they're doing. They got a lot of young talent. If they can, I don't know if they would go with the guy that I predicted. I can't even remember his name, but he's some foreign guy, or if they would go Obi Toppin. I believe you predicted Obi Toppin. Or maybe Wiseman would fall down, and then we never know with the draft or something. But it really does depend on who they draft this year, and if they get Billy Donovan. But I feel like Chicago it's been out there. Chicago is really hard on Billy Donovan. They're really trying to get him. I would not be surprised at all to see him go there. What about you?
I didn't think this was gonna happen, man. I wasn't prepared for this. That's the thing. So I really don't have any idea of where he's gonna go. The
Yeah,
Bulls definitely would fit. I mean, that's actually a good prediction. I don't
yeah.
know if they'd make the playoffs because of it, but I could see that.
The only reason. Well, I'm not just saying that because he managed to take the OKC team to the playoffs or whatever. But when you look at what OKC has, I think when it comes to young talent, I think I like Chicago's young talent better than OKC's. Now, Chris Paul played amazing this season for his standards and how he was playing before. He carried that team on his back. Same with Shai and same with Steven Adams. But those are really the only guys that really stood out for me. When it comes to Chicago, I feel like Zach LaVine should be an all-star next year. That's just me. Zach LaVine's developing into that type of player. And they got Wendell Carter. I'm pretty sure Wendell's is on Chicago, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He's
So
coming up.
there's a lot of guys that develop there, and I feel like if anyone's going to be there to develop them, it's Billy Donovan. But yeah, of course, with the series shortening up, there's not as much to talk about. I believe since we've talked about our last rewards, the only reward to come out was the Sixth Man of the Year, which ended up being Montrezl Harrell, which I didn't really agree with.
That surprised me.
I wanted now good for Montrez, but I wanted Dennis Schroeder. I really did, and I did forget to mention Dennis Schroeder when I was talking about OKC, but I did want Dennis Schroeder. I feel like he was the best guy there, and even then, next man down was Lou Will for me. I think if anybody, Montrez should have been at the bottom, but you never know.
And I
But
personally hate Harrell for like as a guy. You know what I mean? After the stuff he's
yeah,
been doing lately,
yeah.
he hasn't been.
I was about to say, which mean benefit of the doubt, he did apologize and everything, but I mean, especially when you're trying to promote this whole message of equality and you're gonna go out there and say that shit. Now,
Yeah,
bigger man on Luka for not taking that shit to heart. He kept it on the court and just forgot about it. But of course, media ran with it for fucking miles. I didn't really care much for it, but yeah, I mean, it's not great. Clippers, they need to definitely fix. They definitely, especially with Marcus Morris, they got a lot of attitude problems over there.
yeah.
But yeah, with the playoffs starting to get deeper and deeper, there's not as much to talk about with the NBA, and because it's pretty much opening day tomorrow. Houston and Kansas City are playing tomorrow, so you might as well call this an opening day special because we got a lot to talk about, a whole lot of news. Starting off, big signing. He finally got signed. Clowney to Tennessee. I feel like this really does make Tennessee's case for the division a lot better. They really did need that extra power. They lost Jarrell Casey in free agency. I don't know if you knew that, but that was one of their bigger D tackles, and they lost him. They traded him away. But they were really all this time they were trying to get Clowney, and Clowney was really bouncing around between teams like Seattle, teams like Dallas, and then at the very end, it was pretty much what the Saints were trying to get done is that they were trying to get the Browns to sign Clowney for a long-term, long money deal and then trade for Clowney. And that was going to be their master plan. And then that didn't work out. He didn't want to sign with the Browns, and they tried to sign with him. Kind of did what he wanted. He went to Tennessee. Great signing for Tennessee. It's really going to buff up their defense to the point where, and now, with the developing news that we heard about last night, beforehand, I wouldn't have said it wouldn't have put him over Denver. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. How will Von Miller being out for the season affect Denver?
It's going to be a tough loss. I mean, that hurt me when I saw that. It's always terrible to see a player go down, especially like him. I mean,
now this does open it up for Bradley Chubb a lot. Bradley Chubb is going to have to eat. If he can stay healthy, he is going to eat, no doubt, because all of it's on him. But if you can have both Vaughn and Chubb back there, your defense is going to be better. So, it really does suck, no doubt. A little bit of some smaller signings as well. Logan Ryan, one of the other top free agents, He's out, and the Giants now, they improved their secondary. And, of course, who does Logan Ryan replace? DeAndre Baker. Big old
Yeah.
criminal. He got released. By the way, if you didn't know, flashback to the draft when they traded up for him in the first round. They traded a second, a fourth, and a fifth. And now they're releasing him.
That's
And now
insane, man.
that's and you
Especially
can't
for a tanking franchise. That's
and you
that's
can't
hurts them.
really blame the Giants, because I did feel like DeAndre Baker was going to be. He was kind of on the uprise. He was kind of getting there, but he wasn't. He had a lot of room to develop. He was a rookie and all that, and he basically just made the Giants look like idiots. And it's really not their fault, and that's the bad thing. Smaller news before we get into some of the big contracts. Brandon Carr is back in Dallas. Pretty much shuts down the whole Earl Thomas thing. I don't think it was going to happen, but Brandon Carr has been running safety here and there. I hope he plays good for us, no doubt. I'd love to see Carr back there, even though he pretty much was the guy who made OBJ, because he pretty much, yeah, we don't even want to talk about that. But yeah, pretty much Earl to Dallas is dead. We did sign up $8 million in, I think we cleared up like around $8 million in Zach Martin's contract, but that's going to be for future signings. Probably definitely Dak Prescott. It seems like that's what we're clearing up for. Couple of retirements coming out. Shazier officially retires. We kind of saw it coming for a while, but seems like he's really been trying, but it's never gotten there. It really does suck to see it end like this, but Shazier's he was a great linebacker. When he was in there, he looked like he was going to be a Bobby Wagner type of linebacker. So, yeah, it really does suck. It really does suck to see that play out. And Aqib Talib announced his retirement today after turning down a contract from the Patriots. He was going to re-sign on a 1-year deal, but he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to retire and start a podcast. Don't know if that's the right way to go there. But, Aqib, Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler. He was a pretty good cornerback, I believe. He did play with y'all previously, right?
Yeah, he was with us for a few years.
Talib talked a lot of trash, but he was still a really good cornerback. And then, of course, the big money. Big money's been flying out everywhere. Let's start off with the most recent one. Jalen Ramsey gets $21 million, a year, 105 for 5 years. The highest paid money out of a cornerback. But that's not it. D-Hop gets paid $27 million a year from the Cardinals. Highest paid non-QB of all time. And then Kareem Hunt, I saw he got signed to an extension. As well as Keenan Allen. He did get signed to an extension, I believe, the exact same money as Mari Cooper for 1 year less. But, yeah, that D-Hop. Do you think they overpaid?
Yeah, that's quarterback money right there. I mean, it's definitely they set the market high for receivers, so Michael Thomas is gonna be wanting that. All the
Michael Thomas has already re-signed. Michael Thomas has already re-signed. I feel like if anything, if I'm like the Seahawks and I got DK Metcalf, or if I'm what's another big up and coming receiver? What's his name out of Washington? Terry McLaurin. I feel like he's gonna end up being a great wide receiver.
Chark.
Yeah, Chark, definitely. But yeah, some other smaller signings. I believe that's it for the signings. I can't remember if there are any bigger ones. I don't think so.
No,
that was
the big two.
Yes, those were pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. But before we get into our list, of course, we got the awards finishing it off today, and then we got Super Bowl. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But before then, let's talk about some games. Finally, we get to predict some NFL games. Let's start off with tomorrow night's game. Kansas City, Houston. This is obvious for me. I feel like it's going to be a good fight. Kansas City's going to win this. What about you?
Yeah, I got Kansas City. I mean, I think they're going to start it off strong, and they're going to have a great year this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Sunday Night Football, Dallas, LA. Who do you got?
I got Dallas, man. You know how much I like Dallas this year. Not personally, but as a team, I like Dallas this year. I think they're gonna.
I had to rock my OG DeMarcus Ware jersey. This is the first jersey I ever got. This is my favorite jersey. But I do not think we're gonna win this game. I do not think we're gonna win this game against LA. They're gonna open up tonight at their first game in their home stadium. They're gonna have the momentum. They're gonna be on payback. If you don't remember last year, we absolutely smoked the Rams. That's why a lot of people are choosing the Rams to get beaten by Dallas. But nah, I think the Rams got this one against us. I feel like we're going to start off weak, but, that's what we need. Because last time we didn't start off good. We traded for Amari, and then what do you know? We made the playoffs. Wow. But yeah, I got LA winning that game. Green Bay versus Minnesota. Who do you got? This is going to be a battle of the running backs. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. I mean, this first week is stacked with such even matchups. I mean, and this is one of them. I got Minnesota winning that game.
Mm,
Uh, I like Minnesota this year. I told you from the beginning of the year that they were going to be a better team than the Packers.
yeah.
It could go either way right here, but I think
Now,
Minnesota's the better team.
Green Bay did lose some guys on defense. I will give them that. And they lost Blake Martinez, which is one of their only linebackers that was left there, besides from the rushing linebackers. But when it comes to coverage linebackers and just sitting back there, they lost him. For Minnesota, though, they pretty much swapped out Everson Griffin for Yannick. There's no real upgrade there in my eyes. I feel like Everson Griffin and Yannick are on the same level. Just Yannick's pretty much got that future ability. You know, Everson Griffin, he's a veteran. Yannick's younger. He's probably going to be there in Minnesota for a little bit. I do have Green Bay winning this game, though. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a running game. And almost every time Green Bay has really fired back, especially last year. I feel like Aaron Jones is going to dominate this game. Expect probably equivalent to probably 20 to 30 fantasy points out of here. If Green Bay uses him like they should last year, like they should not go with a committee here. Even though they did draft, I feel like they're going to start off and kind of go into a committee with Aaron Jones. But when it comes to the start of the season, I feel like Green Bay is going to have, one, a better passing game because it's just Devontae Adams. He's that good. I feel like Green Bay has a better O-line just because of that whole David Bakhtiari guy. He's great. He carries that O-line. I don't know. I just feel like Green Bay's going to win this one. Probably the best matchup this week, no doubt. Bucks versus Saints. I could see this one going into OT. This one's going to be high scoring. I got the Saints. I know you're going to have the Bucks. I got the Saints. I still feel like they have a better offense. They have a better O-line. Do not get it twisted. Bucks don't have a good O-line, and they have a substantially better secondary. I feel like Saints got this one in the bag.
No, actually, I don't have. I have the Saints winning that game.
Wow.
Actually, because I just think the Bucks are gonna need a few games to get acclimated with all those new guys that they're bringing in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna have kind of a slow start. I don't see them winning against the Saints first week after
And
so many
there's
new
and there
players coming in.
and there's been a lot of hype around Leonard Fournette, especially I don't feel like he's going to be there like that guy week one. If anything, I think they're probably going to start off with a sort of
Yeah,
committee type because Ronald Jones was their guy. And they also got Shady McCoy down there. I'm pretty sure they were the ones who signed LaShawn McCoy.
yeah, they have
Um,
McCoy.
yeah. So I feel like if anything, they're probably going to run with a committee from the start and then probably go towards Fournette. And then the Monday Night Football game, there's going to be two, but I feel like this is probably going to be the better matchup. Clowney's going to make his debut against Denver, and sadly, Von Miller is not going to be there. Who do you got winning this game? I got Denver shutting them down. Now, this is the only reason I have Denver winning over Tennessee. Flashback to when Denver played the Dallas Cowboys last. Zeke came off of one of the best rushing seasons in the past 5 years. 1,600 yards. Pretty much was rookie of the year contender if Dak Prescott didn't exist. But pretty much Zeke had a great season. Came into there. Everyone was saying Dallas is going to blow them away. They're not going to be able to stop the run game. Zeke got held to 7 yards that night. Same thing with Derrick Henry. Career year. Had an insane run with his running. And what is Denver going to do? What those guys over at Denver know how to stop the run, I feel like. And Denver's going to do exactly that. Jarrell Casey, I'm pretty sure he's over there in Denver. I'm more than sure that he's over there in Denver. That's going to be his first game against his old team. I feel like him and Bradley Chubb are going to be patrolling that backfield. Give me Denver in this one.
I'm taking Denver also. I mean, even with the loss of Von Miller, Denver's still got a great team this year.
Yeah,
And
no doubt.
Tennessee, if they can shut down their one receiver and force Tannehill to shut down the run, shut down A.J. Brown, force Tannehill to hit those other receivers, I think they got this. I think
I feel like
Denver's
the only guy that would be able to shine here is Jonnu Smith, but even then I feel like Jonnu Smith is still going to get locked up, especially by those safeties back there, Byard.
Yep.
I don't know who their strong safety is, but pretty much Byard. But yeah, those are who we think our best matchups up pretty much of the week are. There's Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night football right there, and then a 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock game. We're probably going to try to stay to this format, choose pretty much the games we think are the best. If there's multiple 1 o'clock games that beat out all the 4 o'clock, we'll go through that. But let's wrap this off with our award and Super Bowl predictions. So I want to hear your Super Bowl predictions first.
We're getting into Super Bowl first.
Yeah, we're getting the Super Bowl first.
All right. I personally think we should do awards first.
Awards. I mean, we could do either or. Yeah. All right. That
All
makes
right.
sense. Go
Let's
to
go ahead and
awards
get
and
to
build up.
awards because Super Bowl is a pretty big thing. You know what I mean? All
Yeah.
right. So, are we starting with the lesser awards, then moving up?
Yeah. Let's start off with comeback player of the year.
Okay, comeback player of the year. I have Cam Newton, coming back from the injuries. You know, with the Patriots, definitely a solid squad. He doesn't have that much receiving talent, but I mean, he's definitely gonna put up Cam Newton numbers
Yeah.
like he used to.
No doubt. Comeback player of the year. I have Cam Newton as well.
Wow,
Pretty much
nice.
same thing as you. I think Cam Newton's going to win that award. Coach of the year. Who do you have?
I have Bill Belichick as the coach of the year. If he shows that he can win without Brady, without the loss of those four really good defenders that we lost this year, dude, there's no way he doesn't win it. If he
Yeah.
wins that division, then I think he's got the coach of the year.
I was thinking Bruce Arians with if he could turn around Bucks, but I don't feel like he will. I feel like there is going to be a coach coming out of that division winning the Coach of the Year award, and it's not going to be Belichick. It's going to be Sean McDermott from the Buffalo Bills. He's going to lead them to an 11-5 season, and Bills are going to be one of the best teams in the league. I feel like, as regular season wise, they're going to be one of the best teams in the league. I got Sean McDermott winning Coach of the Year. Let's get into the rookies of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Who do you got?
Clyde the Glide Hilaire. He's gonna be getting touchdowns left and right, man. That
Yeah, man.
offense is just gonna go
It is
crazy.
dangerous, yeah. I feel like if it's not Clyde, then it's going to be CeeDee Lamb. And this is the only reason, it's just the only way I see CeeDee winning this. If Cooper deals with injury problems like he did last year, I remember there at one point Randall Cobb was having good games, back-to-back games. He was getting into the end zone and he was getting open a lot. Replace Randall Cobb with CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb's putting up 1,000 yards. That's just me. Cobb put up 800. I think he put up close to 800 last year. I can't remember the specific number, but it's gonna be Clyde though. It's definitely gonna be Clyde. CeeDee Lamb might be able to pull it from under him, but nah.
You
Unless
can't
unless
cut out Joe
yeah.
Burrow either. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he
mean,
could do good.
I feel like Clyde's impact for Chiefs, even though there isn't much there to be made, just because of how good I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be. I feel like his impact is going to be greater. Defensive Rookie of the Year, this is a no-brainer for me. Chase Young for the
Me too.
Washington football team. He's been pancaking third-string tight ends left and right, and Bleacher Report is overhyping them, but I still feel like he's definitely the best prospect out of that draft. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no doubt. Before we get into some of the bigger ones, let's get into kind of a subpar one that's not really mentioned as much, but I still feel like is an important one. When it comes to fantasy, who do you have as your fantasy player of the year?
Fantasy player of the year, dude. I wanted to go. It's just tough, man. I think you got to go McCaffrey. I wanted to go Saquon, but I'm going to go with the safe choice and pick
Yeah.
McCaffrey because of last year, how great he did. I like Saquon this year. I mean, I think Saquon could finish first overall, but I'm going to go safe and go McCaffrey.
I got a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to put a quarterback over there at fantasy player of the year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going Christian McCaffrey, no doubt. Christian McCaffrey's a safe
I was
guy,
going to
no
say,
doubt.
what the hell?
McCaffrey's the number one. McCaffrey's the number one guy over there. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, so offensive player of the year is going to be pretty much carbon copy from my fantasy player of the year. I got Christian McCaffrey winning that award. I don't feel like he's going to put up the same numbers as last year, but the fact that he lost to he lost to Michael Thomas with the numbers that he put up last year. Michael Thomas is definitely not putting up those numbers. We already know that. Nobody has a career season like that back to back, especially when you got Emmanuel Sanders also on that wide receiver core. And who else did who did Carolina add to their offense besides Teddy Bridgewater? Nobody. McCaffrey's still their number one guy. He's getting that award, no doubt in my mind. What about you?
I got Mahomes as the offensive player of the year.
Mm.
I mean, he's gonna shine this year, dude. He's got all of his weapons. Nobody's really hurt on that team. I mean, that one offensive lineman opted out. If Mahomes stays healthy all year, we know the numbers he can put up if he's there all year. Last year, he got outshined by Lamar because he was out for 4 weeks, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna do great this year.
At defensive player of the year, I want to hear yours first.
I I'm actually going dark horse here, and I'm going with Nick Bosa. I
Holy
like.
moly, bro. I got Nick Bosa too.
Wow.
I did not expect you to
Nice.
go Nick Bosa, man. Yeah,
I
Nick
really
Bosa is my
like him.
dark horse, man. He's gonna shine this year. I liked Bosa, especially after he was the only guy who tried in that Super Bowl for the San Francisco 49ers. Nick Bosa is gonna get it this year, man. I feel like, especially after this year, he's gonna. I feel like if Nick Bosa can be as successful, he's gonna end up being in Aaron Donald territory, no doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a young star. He's only going up from here.
Yeah. All right, and then finally the big boy MVP. Who do you got?
I actually doubled up Mahomes, Mahomes MVP. You
I got
got to
Mahomes
pick him.
MVP. Of course, CMC. I mean, he's an obvious choice. You gave him more weapons. All right. If it's pretty much if Prescott, and he's not on the same level at all, but Prescott and Mahomes went through the same thing. They had great offenses last year, and they still managed to improve. Same thing with Mahomes. They had probably the best offense last year because they won the Super Bowl. And then they got a franchise running back for the future. Not only that, but
Absolutely.
they secured Mahomes for 10 fucking years. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So Mahomes definitely going to be riding off that big old contract. He purchased a whole damn baseball team. He probably did that in his sleep, to be honest. Who knows? He'll probably end up owning his own ketchup company. Who knows? But end it off. Season's going to be starting tomorrow, but we're going to flash forward to February. Who do you have coming out of the NFC for the Super Bowl?
I gotta pick the Bucks, man. My favorite team this year. I'm picking the Bucks to come out of the NFC. Say what you want, say what you will.
Yeah.
Bucks are going to the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens.
Now, the NFC is going to be interesting for me because I feel like I think with how it's going to be ended up bracketed, I feel like when it comes to matchups and everything, I feel like the Saints are coming out of the NFC, man.
All right, man.
I feel like the Saints
Whatever.
are coming out of the NFC. Now here's the thing. I hate saying the Saints because they haven't had playoff success, but there's no way the Saints can be this good of a team, add Malcolm Jenkins and Emmanuel Sanders, and not make it to the fucking Super Bowl. If they don't, then Sean Payton is an overrated coach because holy shit, you can't win a playoff game. Like, seriously. So hopefully there's not some random white tight end that's going to destroy them in the playoffs, but I got the Saints coming out of the NFC. Though I would not be surprised to see either the Bucks or hint this.
Yeah.
The count? No, fuck no. I don't know why
once the Bucks get rolling, dude, I think they're gonna be unstoppable. I think they'll
Yeah.
have a little bit of a slow start, but once they get chemistry, I think they're rolling all the way to the Super Bowl.
I think
And that's just me,
if there's any team out there that would really want to make the splash, especially for a team like the Bucks, you want to improve that secondary. There's a damn good safety out there that could really help your secondary. I'm just saying.
Yep.
If Earl Thomas ditches Dallas, or if Dallas ditches Earl, I would not be surprised to see Earl flock to Tampa. And if that happens, guess what? Tampa's winning the fucking Super Bowl. It is the Ravens all over again. There is no way. Now, the only thing that could hold Tampa back is their offensive line. But pray to God, Bruce Arians and whatever offensive lineman coach they got over there has improved them to the point where they can give Brady enough time to make some magic happen. But yeah, it's definitely going to be watching to see if they make any moves, make any trades specifically, or it could explode in their face. One injury could ruin that entire team. You can't really say that for a bunch of other teams, but I feel like in the Bucks this case that could really happen. I have seen a lot of people saying that Cowboys, a lot of analysts have said Cowboys are favorites to go to the Super Bowl, which I see. They're a little bit blindsided by our talent, but it's the Cowboys. We're not going to the Super Bowl. But hey, maybe it'll be fun to watch us lose on Sunday Night Football. All right, AFC, who do you got? This is easy for me.
It was easy for me too. I have the Kansas City Chiefs. And I have them winning the Super Bowl over the Bucks.
Yeah, out of the AFC, I got the Jets. Actually, I feel like the Jets are really gonna come back this year, no doubt. But yeah, come on, man, it's KCC. Everyone knows it's gonna be Kansas City. Who do you got winning though? That's the real
I have
question.
the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I'm
I'm
starting my
surprised.
own little
I was about
dynasty.
to say. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't
No,
ride so high. If you were about to say Bucks over Kansas City, I was about to slap you through this fucking phone, bro. I swear. But yeah,
I'm not going that heavy on the Bucks. I'm thinking
yeah.
the Chiefs are going to start a dynasty, just like the Patriots coming off one. I think that new team in the AFC is going to be the
Because
Chiefs.
they've locked everyone down long term. They locked Kelsey down long term. They locked
Yep.
Andy Reid down long term. And of course, as everyone knows, Mahomes is down long term. I believe I can't remember how many years they have Matthew there for, but I know he's there for at least a couple of more years. But yeah, Kansas City's winning it this year. I feel like if there's the only other team that I could see taking Kansas City out from under their feet, honestly, is the Ravens. There's nobody in the
That's what I
there's
was
nobody in
debating
the
it.
NFC. There's nobody in the NFC that can compete with the Kansas City Chiefs. There's one team in the AFC, and it's only the Ravens. And that only depends if Lamar starts to play good in the playoffs. But yeah, guys, tomorrow
Super Bowl
football
MVP.
starts.
Super
Yeah, oh
Bowl
yeah,
MVP.
Super Bowl MVP, no doubt, Mahomes. If Kansas City's winning
Mahomes.
it, no
Yes,
doubt.
I'm going Mahomes.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a guy like Edwards-Helaire or Tyrann Mathieu winning it. But it's definitely going to be
You know
Mahomes.
they always give it to QBs.
Yeah, no doubt. Even though Mahomes didn't deserve it. Now, Mahomes didn't deserve it to win it last year. I feel like Damian Williams deserved to win it last year, but
Me
Mahomes
too.
still won it. Good for him. He deserves. He with everything that he's done in general, he deserves to win at least like 5 rings in his fucking career with how good he's been playing. I don't know if that's gonna happen though, but yeah, guys, football is finally back. Fantasy is starting up for everyone tomorrow. The world is gonna be whole again. In NBA, I thought NBA was going to be able to fill that void, but it just doesn't. It never does. NFL really
Yeah.
does do that for you.
We need
It's just something.
football.
It's something about football, but I'm more than excited for it to come back tomorrow. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you for tuning into the Heat Check podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, as always, leave a like, hit subscribe, make sure you click the bell so you get notified every time we post. We're gonna, like you said, as things are keeping going on, we're going to try to keep this weekly. We might change some things up as week 1 goes by. We might start doing players of the weeks or whatever. But yeah, more NBA news might come out, more NFL news might come out. There's still a couple of days before guys play their games. Guys could be signed. We never know, but yeah, we'll just have to wait. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.